Coming on Wayne Sports Network, we'll take a look at the baseball season for the 4 high schools in Wayne.
Hello and welcome to Wayne Sports Network. I'm Troy Demikoff alongside Ilian Nunez, and today we'll discuss the current baseball season in the town of Wayne. So, Ilian, we're going to start with Wayne Hills baseball, and tell me about counties. Tell me about it's been a few weeks. Tell me what's been going on.
So as of right now, our record's 12-8. We're the 4th seed in the county tournament, and I think we're in a good spot to be able to at least improve and not go back from that. And I also want to talk about the players that are actually making that happen for the team. The top pitchers, Chris Kandari and Nick Sabanko. I feel like those two are really powerful hitters, pretty powerful pitchers together, and I think they're gonna do really good for the team. And they'll also have a couple more years left. Chris has 1 more year, and Sabanko has 2 more. So I think having those two and have Sabanko learning from Chris, who had more experience than him, I think it's better, and I think the team could do really well next year and also this year too.
Yeah, and taking a look at the top batters, Casey Brada, Max Thugard, and Chris Kandari, all just great hitters all around. Casey Brada, you have him going to U Manhattan on a full scholarship, and Max Thugard going to FDU, we're going to play D1 baseball, so that's already a great lineup, I think I just said. We'll take a look at the most recent games. Our most recent game was a win versus Pompton Lakes, but then a loss in the counties versus West Milford. So although you said, we wanted to improve off, counties from last year, which I think we made a decent run, but then this year it didn't work out as we hoped because last year we lost in the counties to Wayne Valley, heartbreaking loss, but, not the way you want to bounce back this year. What do you got?
You could also put it, it's just I think for most, it's the same thing for any sports team. I think you need that mindset, that mentally, you have to be mentally focused. And I feel like you lost in counties, but you only go up from there and you only improve from there, going up to states and going up to going up and up the ladder. So.
Yeah. The season's not over. You still have states coming up. And last year, we had not all the way, but we had a decent run, and eventually losing to Morris Knowles and I think the state semifinals. But at the end of the day, Morris Knowles sent to get to the MLB last year, so he's definitely probably one of the best players in the states, maybe even the nation if he went to the MLB.
Yeah. So now let's move on the other side of town to Wayne Valley baseball. So Troy, how do you want to explain to them how their season's going?
I think Wayne Valley, definitely, I think we split with them. They beat us once. We beat them once. They're 10-8. They were the 7th in the county tournament. I think they got knocked out, too, by Passaic County Tech, but we'll talk about that later. Let's take a look at the top pitchers first, though. Nick Minio and Colin Van Ness. 2 pitchers that are young and have a lot of experience and have years after us. Nick Minio started last year, was probably maybe the best freshman pitcher in Jersey, honestly. He started as a freshman. He still has 2 more years after this. So, the future is bright there.
He's still going to have, like I said about Nick Sabanko, he's still going to have those 2 years where he can get more experience and even get better as a player and also get the team better with their pitching game. And also to talk about their top batters, Christian Verano and Nick Cavernaro. They're really 2 really good hitters for the team, and I feel like they're 7th seed in the county tournament. They can do really well this season. You just have to wait and see how the team reacts to that.
Yeah, and their most recent win was at Passaic Valley, who I believe is the 3 seed in this county tournament. So that's even though it wasn't a county game, that's especially a big win. And going back to young players on this team, they have a bright future. Young players, a lot of sophomores, freshmen. And I think another big pitcher for Wayne Valley, Michael Camper. He's a junior. He's going to be a senior next year, so he'll definitely step up for the team. And tell me what else you think about them as a whole.
The team just has to step it up. It's the same thing with Hills. Every team has to, like I said, mentally focus and also have that drive to exceed throughout the season. They're the 7th seed. And like we always said about Hills too, there's still the state tournament, so there's always a chance for you to come back. Even though counties, you may have lost counties, there's always a chance for you to come back and do better.
Yep. Welcome back. So now we're going to talk about DePaul baseball and PCTI baseball. So Ilian, let's start with DePaul baseball. Tell me about them. Tell me about DePaul.
They're the 1 seed in the county tournament. They're 13-5, having an excellent season this year. And I'm also saying with their top pitchers, Angelo Bellizzi and Jason Allenbert, I feel 2 really good pitchers, and I feel DePaul's always that school that thrives for having one of the best players in the state, but they're also first in the seed in the county tournament. We'll also high expectations for that team, and I think they're doing really good this season.
Yeah, and then going to the top hitters too. Also, like you said, he's a pitcher, Jason Allenbert and Aiden Agondo. If you can be a great pitcher and a great hitter, then you have the whole tool set to be a great baseball player. And I think that's what DePaul has, just all around, all over the lineup. Players going D1. It's just really complete over there, And their most recent games is W versus Immaculata, which is a big win, and then a W versus Patterson Eastside in the county. So they're advancing. as they are the 1 seed. So they're advancing week by week, and I think you'll definitely see them in that county final, I think, which is either next weekend or the weekend after.
Yeah, so now we move on to PCTI baseball. So, Troy, what do you think about PCTI doing?
This is another great team. I mean, 16-4. They're the 2nd seed in the county tournament, just behind DePaul, who we just talked about. And their top pitchers are Tyler Harris and Jackson Berger. And their top hitters are Matt Caruso and Melvin Ganau. So, I mean, I think DePaul is 16-4. I mean, just a better record than DePaul even. But I mean, I think I think DePaul probably played some tougher competition along the way, being in that non-public group, playing some non-public teams. But like PCTI, I know, shame to them, they definitely played all the best public schools in the state. And, what do you have to say about them?
Because if you look at the most recent games, there's a win versus Patterson Eastside and a win versus Wayne Valley and counties. I feel like they're stepping up. 16-4 is a really good record to start the season with, and they still have much more they can go through in the state tournament and also in the county finals. So I feel like having a team like that, both DePaul and PCTI, they're also used to having really good players come from that school. And I also think that they can really thrive this season. And to end the season, they're also going to do really good.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we see those two face off in the county final that I just talked about. I mean, just great all-around players on both sides, that can play pitcher and be great hitters. I mean, just all around two sets to be great baseball players. I think they both have it, and that's why they're both at the top of the tournament.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next week as we continue with the baseball season in Wayne.
This has been Ilian and Troy with Wayne Sports Network. Catch you next time.